Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy summer. For those of us who are off for the summer, I want to say to you, do not let any days that you are off work, especially if it is for an extended period of time, don't let that time be wasted. Do something valuable. Do something effective. Do something productive. And most of all, make sure that whatever you do, that it brings God the fullness of all of His glory. Because whatever we do, we want to make certain that God gets the glory. Because if He doesn't, then what's the point in doing anything at all if God doesn't get the glory? I want to say to you on this day that today is really a gift from God. Today is a day that we were not promised. We were not promised this day. It is a gift. Now, my question is, what are you going to do with this day? What am I going to do with this day? I don't care if it is something to some people would call minor, and it may be something as small as cleaning out your closet. It may be something as small as you bake some cupcakes and you take it to someone on their job. You drop it off at your child's school. Whatever it is, make sure that you invest in today so that at the end of the day, you can say that I made a profit at the end of the day. And whenever you make a profit, that's a good thing. You're no longer in the red, you're in the green, because you've done something that has added purpose. It has added to your purpose. It has added to your goals and your dreams and your aspirations. Because let me tell you this, God wants us to excel. He wants us to be productive and successful. And He wants us to live a poured out life. Don't just have an off day and say, well, you know, I've been off for 3 days and all I've really done is slept. I didn't get a chance to take care of anything. I've had to learn that. Now, let me say this. If you're off because of sickness, that's one thing. Because some of us have been off because we didn't feel well, because we don't take care of self. So if you're off because you're sick, then you take that time to rebuild yourself back up and get yourself back up on your feet. But if it is just an issue of slowfulness, laziness, or you can't bring yourself to take care of those 2 tasks, it may be washing clothes, and it may be going to the post office and putting in a forwarding address. Whatever it is on your list of things to do, I'm telling you from experience, nobody can make you. We can encourage one another to do better, but nobody's going to hold you by your hand and make you take care of the things that are on your plate for your particular day that you have at hand. Because some days God will say, just get rest. There have been times when God has just told me, just go to sleep. I just want you to just go to sleep. You're doing too much. Because in doing things that we can look at the end of the day and say, well, I took care of this, we can do too much. Because we think that, or if I don't get this done, all of this done today, then my life is going to stop. When it's just the opposite. God gives us balance. And we must use balance in our lives if we want to be healthy in our bodies and healthy mentally and emotionally. So I want to say to you today, whatever time God has given you, and it's free time, do something positive. Do something effective. Whether it's going to help somebody, whether it's calling somebody and saying, let me pray for you. They may not have even asked you. There have been times when, when I have had a list of people and it was a certain time frame that I had to contact these people and pray for them. And I did this for the time period that God gave me. And I wrote the names down, and each day I would call this person and extend a prayer to them. And if I couldn't reach them for whatever reason, if our schedules didn't gel together, I would text them a prayer. But the key is that I needed to reach out to these lists of people to offer them prayer. So do something productive. Be effective today. Don't just sit like a bump on a log and waste away. There's too much life to live. And as I minister to you, I minister to myself, because life can kick us right where it hurts and make us feel like this is your destined place. You're not supposed to go any further. And this is where you just need to just settle in to remain here for the rest of your life. But I want to be that voice that speaks to myself, that speaks to you, to say the devil is a liar. That's not God telling you that. That's not God telling me that. God is saying be fruitful and multiply. And that just doesn't mean have children. To me, I don't think that just means children. I think that in every area of our lives, God wants us to multiply, and he wants us to be successful. If you have a prayer life and you want that prayer life to grow, I'm telling you what worked for me. Pray and ask God to develop you in your prayer life, to take your prayer life to another level, and he will do it. But what happened with me is, when I asked that, all hell broke loose in my life. But today I can say, and this was back in 2012, 2013, but now we're in 2023, and I can say that my prayer life is stronger, is healthier. I know how to pray. I know what to target to pray about. And I know when to stop praying for a certain situation or a particular thing or a person, because I asked God. That was a heart's desire of mine, and God was faithful to do it. So you can ask God to develop you in the things of him, where you can be a better you. And when you are a better you, your family is better. Your immediate family, your spouse is supposed to be better. Your children are supposed to be better as a result of you asking God to make you a better person. If you are asking God to make you a better person, and the people who are closely attached to you are not changed by that, then it's either one or two things. Either your motives for asking God to do that are not right, or either God is saying, I've made you a better you. I see you investing time in me, and I see what I've done in your life, and I see your growth. But the people attached to you have to want it. They have to want change just like you did. So there's balance, and there is discernment in all things that God wants us to recognize and take heed to. So you all be blessed today. Pray for me. I'm going to pray for you. It is my honor to pour into you as God has poured into me. Surrender your life to Christ. And if you've backslidden, just come on back over. But don't come over all puffed up and high and all types of arrogance, because God ain't trying to hear that. God is close to the humble, but the proud he resists. And I don't want God to resist me. Be blessed today, and until next time, I love you. Bye-bye.